welcome back to Factorio. I'm Hitman82. This is episode 55. Oh my gosh, we have a major update. We are now on 0.15.23, I think. It just came out today. The 0.15 update came out a few days ago, and now it is up to just today the latest fix, which is 15.23 or 0.3. I can't remember which it was. I think it's 15.3. Oh, it should say here somewhere, does it? I don't know. Well, anyway, so it was 14.22 was the previous episode and the previous version I was running. So we've got some changes, and we need to make some changes to keep going here. So, for instance, the blue science is now that has totally changed what you need to make it. So I'm gonna have to change that. Actually, I have a list here. Let me just kind of stop walking in here now, or I guess I'll walk and talk. So, first of all, last episode, after that, I went and I set up the copper and iron mines up at the north ore outposts, and I set up a train for the copper. I increased the iron smelters. I just added more of them. And what else did I do? Expanded the ore bus to the smelters. So let's have a look at that. Look at that. You can actually, this is something new in 0.15, the new version. You can, I'm in the map view and I can zoom right in and do stuff. So you can even, well, you can't click to see that, but I thought you could click stuff. Maybe not. No, I thought you could click in chests and stuff. But you can actually use your deconstructor planner and blueprints. I think about blueprints, I'm not sure, but definitely the deconstructor you can. Right, so here's our ore bus now. I've increased it since we've got stuff coming in, ores coming in. So things are looking good. You see, it's a little bit grainy. That's the zoom on this. So when you actually zoom out, you see how there's this isn't covered with the radar. So when I zoom in, see, I get good definition here, and then where it goes into where it's not uncovered by radar or by me, it goes back to the this view. Isn't that neat? So I have to get some more radars up. What else was I going to just point out there? Uranium. There's uranium, and they've changed the ore patches. You see how they're not quite so boxy looking now, and the uranium glows at night. Woohoo! What else? Oh, I noticed on the map. See, you mouse over. Oh, let's go watch the train go by. There she goes. That's copper train. So, what else was there? Oh, when you mouse over a patch, it tells you how much ore is in it. For instance, that copper patch I know has 553,000 units in there. Where'd my copper train go? I thought it was supposed to be coming. Oh, there it is. Oops, auto save. Isn't that neat? Let's watch it unload for a moment. I'm not too fussed. Marcus Bain left a message saying I should maybe look at adding more inserters to unload and load trains, but I don't think I need that much more speed. And you can see I'd have to then add this whole setup over on this side and change my train station. I'm just not interested in expanding it at the moment, so we'll leave it as it is. If we get really big, then we may have to do that. So if we have to make a new station or something. Alright, where am I? You get lost easily now with this map. Oh, little tiny patch of uranium. Okay, so today I'll go through. Here's a list of things that I need to do here now to bring this series up to date on 0.15. I need to upgrade my copper wire maker, so that had nothing to do with it. I just had that as a note. Pumps. Okay, so we have to go up here to the pumps. Run. So I'll show you the small pumps are now called just pumps, and they are now 1x2. So let's first up, I need to request some. If I can find them. Let's request a bunch of those and a bunch of. I don't have a lot of them, so I'm just requesting what's there just so that I've got them. Where's the pumps? There they are, and a bunch of those. So where's my network? Let's see, if I stay here, they'll bring them to me. Okay, so the pumps. Well, let me pause and just grab the pumps. Just one sec. Okay, I got 3 engines and a couple pumps, so I made 2 more. So let's pop a pump down, and you can see now it's about the size of a combinator. It's 1x2. Combinator is 1x2. So what that means is, see, here's my underground, doesn't connect to it. The pipes just aren't connecting to it properly. So I wonder, can I just see? No, it doesn't fit. See, there's a gap. So what I have to do is hoover that up. So what I can do is, okay, right equals 2. Can I copy that to this one? No, it needs to be hooked up to the network. Oh well. So let's pull that up. Put the pump back down. And then we want this hooked up to the network. Ooh, we're going to need more of those. So we'll connect that. And that was a, what did I say? A red equals 2. Yeah, that makes sense. Now another thing, so that's hooked up, and now we put the pipe on, so there. That should now be fixed, and I have to do that for all these, see? This one I don't think had, I didn't have that hooked up, so I can just pop that one down. I won't go through and show all this. I'm going to do a bunch of this updating stuff off screen, but I just want to show an overview first. So these storage tanks, instead of holding 2,500 units, they now hold 25,000 units. So I have to adjust my combinators and stuff. So for instance, this one said if the light oil is over, or is less than 2,000, then turn on and make light oil. We can raise that to if it's less than 5,000. And if it has more than 1,500 heavy oil, we'll change that one to 5,000 as well, because we don't want it to drop below that. And we'll have to do the same with the other stuff. I'll come back and do those in a moment. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause here and I'll get it done, then I'll move on to the next thing, and then I won't get lost. So I'll be right back. I'll have this done in a moment. Okay, I've adjusted those fluid levels and such. Okay, see how thin the circuits is. So if we come down here and we look at this, if we mouse over in the bottom right, it now says products finished, and it shows you the count on how many it's made. So that one's 800. That one's 800. Okay. So when we look at the green circuits, it shows 280. Then this one has 560, and this one's 280. Because these have 2 feeding it, and that has 1. So I'm going to upgrade those to, where are they? Come on, old blindy, where are they? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just call some. Thought I had some, but I don't. They'll be here in a moment. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to try and I'm going to add some more here. There we go. So what we're doing there is speeding up the wire makers, so that'll balance it out. So we'll actually see more. Well, I don't know how noticeable it'll be, but it'll go up by overall probably 25 to 50% more just by doing this. And it doesn't use much more power. Let's look. This is using 2.9 kilowatts, and this 29.9 kilowatts. This one's using 40. So this one's using 30. This one's using 42. So yeah, it's using more power, but we're getting more out of it. And as you can see, there's a lot more circuits going on there, so it should catch up some. Now, you see the modules? They all look, for instance, all the green ones all look the same now, except for the little pips, the little dots. So there's 2 on that, so it's an efficiency module 2. I don't think I've got any ones around here nearby, but anyway, you can see there's 2s on those. I think there's some pump jacks here that probably have 1. They're not 2s, you watch. Yep. But we can see right here. Let's see a nice big picture of it here. See, there's 1 dot. Then here there's 2 dots. And there's 3 dots. So that's a change. There are some graphics changes. I think there's even more, but I have to enable it somehow, and I didn't figure that out yet. Didn't really look too closely. So I may the graphics may change here. We'll see what it does to my frame rate. Okay, the next thing we need to do is, this is a big one. So one thing that has been added is the blueprint library. So what this blueprint library means is you don't need this book anymore. You don't really need it. You can now use the blueprint library up here. So you don't craft blueprints or deconstructor planners. I can just grab one there like that, take it there. It's free. So how do I get rid of it? There's a trash can somehow here, but I don't know how to do it. Oh, I right-clicked on it, and then I can just... oh, neat. A whole bunch of stuff that I haven't even looked at, I didn't even know about. So anyway, you can delete it that way. So I don't really need to carry blueprints on me anymore. And then I can export stuff. So here's my blueprint library, and you see I've got one there. Blue Science renovation. So I've already set this up to figure out what's ideal. So now I'm gonna just hoover it all up and away we go. So I'm just gonna truncate this stuff. Oh, I want to see something else neat. So if I want to upgrade these yellow undergrounds, before I'd have to click one there and then click one there. Now if you see, it does it automatic. Isn't that nice? So that's kind of neat. I like it. So let's start there, work downwards here. This should be a radar in the way too. Yep. So let's just hoover all this up. Hello, autosave. Welcome back. Alright, so there's all my blue research is gone by research. So now what we're going to do is go up to blueprint, and that just spawns it in. And we'll hook that up like so. And how do you like that? There's my blue research update. Amazing. I love blueprints and robots, don't you? They're so cool. Okay, so now I'll just show you what I did. Well, I still have to run the connections down to get materials in, but in here, it's gonna to make the blue science packs. If I can find them. Did I put this in backwards? Gosh, did I? Did I? Nope, I didn't. It's still building. So the blue science packs, they require one advanced circuit, one engine, just a standard engine, and one level 1 assembler. So that is different now. Before it was, what was it? The purple inserters and steel and red circuits and batteries. Yeah, I think that was it. So that has all changed. So now I'll have to get that sorted. I'll do this part on screen too. I will do some of it away though, because you probably don't want to see all of it. You can only see me do this one so many times before it's like, yeah, we've seen it, don't need to see it again. Okay, so let's get these out of here first. There we go, and pull those out, turn those out. And then we put everything back again. There we go. So as if it never was. So the next thing to do is, okay, that is now feeding in there, so I need, what do I need on this side? We're in a bit of a mess here. I found a better way of doing this, but I'm not going to bother with it right now. I don't think. So these are making engines, so they need steel and then that stuff. So we're going to put steel and green circuits on that belt right there. So let's get that done first. Okay, and I'm not going to bother putting these undergrounds. You see how I've been doing it along here. Here, I don't need to do that. I'm not going to bother. If I need to add them in later, I will. So let's get this in here first. We'll do it like that. So this needs steel, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to do it like this. There, this will balance it out again. So that gets steel down one side, and then the other side. Fortunately, the circuits are coming the other way, so I can pretty much do the same thing again. And then we'll rebalance that. There we go. Should get us lots of that stuff. Alright, so they should be pulling those in by now. So that icon means they need the level 2 modules, so it'll slowly fill up. We need 40 of them. By the end of the episode, we'll need less. Okay, so the next thing we need iron, and lots of it. So we're going to stick iron on that one. Okay, so that's going to be a problem there. So we have a solution for that, don't we? We will make this one come in that way. Oh, that's not the way. There we go. Ha! Take that, forces of evil. Just do the same thing as we did up above. That should fill it all in. Yep. Oh wow, okay. That wasn't even getting the green circuits there for some reason. Wow. Get that done. Oh my gosh, get off the belt. And we're gonna just put a full belt of iron in here. So, oh, I'm gonna need to stop the oil trains. Forgot about that. We'll switch that to manual and go north. Switch that to manual. And where's the other one? It's iron. Okay, and the reason why is because there are now fuel tanks. Oh, speaking of which, we're going to look at the research tree. So, fluid wagon, see that? We don't have to bother with this barreling oil up and then unbarreling it again. This will handle it, and this is like 3 storage tanks, and you can separate them on the wagon. That's pretty handy. Also in the research, you notice it shows here now what kind of research each requires, and here's a new one, mining productivity. So that one, each time you research it, it goes up 2% productivity, but the expense goes up in the time and stuff. Here's some different things. There's now military science packs, and let's see, high-tech science packs. There was another one. Space science packs, and there's a production one somewhere. I'm looking for it now. Is that here? Yeah, the purple one is production. So you don't have to go out. Oh, look at this. You can now make nuclear reactors, by the way. We'll get to that eventually. So we don't have to kill biters anymore for getting the artifacts. There are no artifacts anymore. They're gone. So, oh well. There's no real reason to go and kill them anymore. Okay, so eventually this should all balance, I think, for the blue science pack. So we'll just leave it. Oh, we need to get in. What was the last thing I needed? What do these need? Oh, red circuits. Is that it? Yes. So I need to get a line of red circuits on this one. So I'll pause here and I'll just stick some red circuits on here. I'll be right back. Okay, we now have red circuits going through. So you see I use lots of undergrounds. So one of these is outputting. You see that? So the one I'm standing on here outputs to that middle belt, and then I put this one out a little further to pull in engines and assemblers and put them in. So we can actually utilize all 3 of these now that I didn't really do that before. But now I've got a bit of a mess in here. You see how I'm putting the gears in on this belt. Sorry, if I can get to it. And then it goes in and around, and that's just to get to the opposite side. I don't really have to do that. There is a way to do around it, but I just didn't on this setup, so I might change that at some point. It works. Well, anyway, we'll move on from there. Okay, next up we have the oil stations. We no longer have to empty oil out of barrels or fill barrels up anymore, so that's kind of good. That's much better to use fluid wagons. But what that means is now I have to change all this stuff. So let me see. I guess what I need to do is get all the light oil, or all the empty barrels, off the network. So let's just get rid of these inserters, and then I'll just put them in the chests. And I will make, where is it? Active provider chest. And then we'll do this and put those all in there and let the robots come and take care of that. There. Okay, so that one's gonna do that. We'll do the same on this one. So what we're doing is we're just sticking these barrels back on the network because we have no need for them. Okay, so I'll stick those ones in there. Okay, so as you can see, our oil is pretty full. So it's going to take a little while to get the trains switched over because they're loading oil and bringing it in. Now let's do this on this one too. Oops, not what I meant to do. There we go, and open that up and put a bunch on here. Okay, whoops, I guess I need to move that back some. Okay. Okay, so that's what that's going to do is get all these empty drums off the, like, basically back into storage. And do I have any more in here? Oh, I have the one. Oh, so this one is empty now. So what I'll have to do is take this and go back to Oil West and load it up there and basically start emptying in the oil out of like the drums out of those. So let's have a look at the map. Where's Oil West? Oh, of course. There's no radar there, so I can't click it. How about up the north? Okay, so what I can do here is, sorry for all the zoom. So you see here's the tank, here's the connection that feeds all this stuff to barrel them up. So we can do this. Now it's going to come and take that away, but it has no place to put it. And I don't know if I have a blueprint. See, now it's giving me an alert because it doesn't have a storage spot. These are passive providers, so I don't think it'll dump in there, or else there's no room to. So I wonder if I can do this. I'm just exploring things a little bit here. Let's see if I can make a blueprint from the map. And then we're, whoops, no. Oh, obviously you can. I just can't move the map. Alright, so let's just take a blueprint of the storage chest. And, oh, so what I was going to do is place a storage chest there remotely on the map, except there probably aren't any storage chests stored there. So I was going to place one there, so because you see there's a robot hovering right here. See? And he's complaining because he had no place to put it. Oh, poor robot. Alright, so I'll have to sort that. But I am about the end of our out of time for this episode. So next episode, we'll finish doing the rest of the 0.15 upgrades or changes, and then we'll move on from there. So tune in for that, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.